Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for joining Shop Talk Live. My name is Rick Ramirez, also known as Rick's 2 Cents, along with my fellow co-host Steve from Steve Makes Everything.
Hi guys.
And Roger from Roger Shop.
Got the beach today because it's cold in some places. Roger can have the real beach.
Yeah, I've got the real thing here.
I like what you put. Roger Shop from Mexico. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, unfortunately, I have to go back on Sunday to 14 inches of snow to move.
Yeah, we still have no snow. This is like where the little piece of where I live is, and Tim can say Tim's on. I don't know whether he got snow or not, but this is like the last place in the country that gets snow, and I am just fine with that.
Wow. So Alex said hello from Alaska. Thank you for joining us. Just out of curiosity, what time is it in Alaska? And of course, you got snow.
It's four hours from me. I think he's only 2 hours from me.
That's Pacific time.
Well, it's hanging out there in the Pacific, so it could be another hour.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm assuming this is one of our regulars, but I don't recognize the name because the @handle. Miss Phil 3D. Hello from South Carolina. If you previously went by another name, AKA, let us know so I can associate the name with the new name that's displaying.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, David, South Milwaukee. He's got snow.
They probably have snow too, yeah.
Yeah.
It tried to snow here today. It managed to make the ground white for just slightly white for, I don't know, half an hour, and then it rained.
So you're breaking all the stereotypes, Steve. You don't speak French. It doesn't snow, and you don't live in an igloo. Come on,
I don't watch hockey really. So
and you don't play hockey.
I don't play hockey. I don't watch hockey.
You know, they said Trump is trying to deport everyone who is on a green card status or not a citizen who's obese because it's making our healthcare costs go up. And my wife says, "Good thing I got my citizenship." Because it's always funny since my wife's white. We go to Mexico. And she would pull out a green card, and I pull out a passport, and they're like, "Go to that line." I'm like, "Oh man, go to that line." Like, "Oh man." Alex said, "Very eager for my F2 UV should arrive tomorrow." That's awesome.
Yeah, good. You'll like it. It's a nice printer. It's a nice laser.
You know what I'm liking is I'm seeing not necessarily the cost drop drastically, but I'm seeing the consumables drop because I'm thinking the UV lasers are becoming more popular. More people are starting to carry it.
Yeah.
So
sorry, I'm adjusting lights here.
Oh, good morning from Southwest France.
Nice.
It's got to be
early morning.
Early morning there.
France is in the building. Thank you for joining us. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to let us know. But we always appreciate everyone let us know where they're joining from, of course.
Nope, not a two-man show, Tim.
I made it to the live.
It was a one-man show there for a while, but then it was going to be a no-show because I can't turn it on today.
Oh, no.
You were a little late getting the stream links there, Rick.
Sorry, man. I wrote that email up and then I was like, oh, falling asleep, putting my son to sleep. Like, but I got him for the month. So by the way, guys, we're not going to have since every Wednesday we have a live. Our two last lives of the month, one falls on Christmas Eve and one falls on New Year's Eve. We're not going to do them. So we do plan on doing a giveaway, or Roger has a giveaway for our 100th live, so that'll be in the next coming year. So definitely keep posted. A lot of new things we're all coming out with, but just kind of giving everyone an FYI. So Tim said no snow, tons of rain.
Yeah, he's further south than I am, so. But the way where I live, you can go 15 minutes up the road and the weather's drastically different.
Alex said
in the
not.
northern part of the province, the main highway was closed because it was just buried in snow. And there were tractor trailers stuck all over the place.
Alex said not much snow in, what is this?
Anchorage.
Anchorage.
Where's that at?
Alaska. Come on, it's your country, man.
Yeah, your geography.
Anchorage, so far, this is year 330. What? I thought Alaska always got snow. Maybe that's just another stereotype.
Well, so far this year, 330. Is that inches?
Well, I think that's the time there at 3:30.
Oh,
okay.
Comparing it to where
so far
we
this
are
year.
here. 'Cause I'm in the Eastern time zone down here in Mexico. So.
Yeah,
Thoughts,
and I'm
Cameron,
Atlantic, so
love
we're
the
in.
channel. Appreciate you
three
joining. Rick said, "I be here." Hey, Rick, thanks for joining. I see a lot of new faces. So I just want everyone aware. Some people would say early on when we started these lives, why do we read the comments? Because they can see them as well. I just want to make it aware that not everyone actually watches the live. There's a lot of people who just listen. For instance, if you have to work tonight, you're driving tonight, they listen in. And then when they hear something drastically interesting, they kind of chime in, but they're listening. So we read the comments because people are aware that we'll at least read them, that they can pay attention to the road or pay attention to what we're doing and still able to join and participate in the live. Steve, you want to take this one?
This is Dave saying hello from Kalamazoo, Michigan.
There you go. I guess that's about as far north as he's going to get close to you, huh?
I'm actually further south than that. That's pretty far north.
Nice one. It's a big fan of Steve.
Oh,
I went and bought a snowmobile, but it was damn near in Canada. That's how far north it was. But I got it for like $3,000 cheaper. But when I got up there, I couldn't believe it because they had on the side of the roads like designated snowmobiles. They had signs for the snowmobiles. And you saw the bar. I mean, I saw more snowmobiles than cars. And I
must
was
have been in Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get a lot of snow in Michigan.
I was like, whoa.
That's very, very common in northern Wisconsin too.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, that's why I saved so much money because I want in snowmobile land, right, where there's a dime a dozen people.
Because they sell snowmobiles in volume in Minnesota.
In Minnesota.
So Fohammer is also a YouTuber. Says he's a big fan, and there's Jim. So Fohammer, I watched your Omni X video today, and I was trying to decide whether you were just complaining for the sake of complaining or whether, I mean, you had one good point about the software. I think the software on the Omni X it's certainly not as nice as the X Tool Studio is, but it's definitely a work in progress.
Is it compatible with LightBurn?
No. So this is the thing.
Oh,
this
wow.
was the other thing I was going to mention to Fohammer, because he mentioned LightBurn a couple of times. When I got the first Omni X, I could connect it to LightBurn, and then they did some upgrade to the controller card. And then I said, hey, it doesn't run in LightBurn anymore. And they said, yeah, it doesn't support LightBurn anymore. It's the state, man. It's just everybody's kind of moving to their own thing now. So
I think that I get it, but at the same time, I think it's kind of shooting in the foot. Just because the comfort level makes people more interested in buying it.
Well, yeah. At the same point, though, and I was having this discussion today with somebody, LightBurn hasn't really evolved in 2 years.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And the problem is lasers have, and there's a whole bunch of new features that lasers support that if you're using LightBurn, you're just throwing your money away because you can't turn them on in LightBurn.
It's kind of like, I forget the name of that software that comes with every laser for free that nobody uses. What is that called?
Laser Gerbil.
Yeah, well, on Galvo lasers, it's EasyCAD 3. I forget what it's called on. There's another one.
I've never once used it, but
so I did try to use EasyCAD on a Galvo laser once, and it is the biggest pain in the ass you can imagine.
Yeah,
it's just everything is just hard. Like it does everything, and this is the state of Omni's. Of the Omni X software right now. It does everything, but it's just not quite as sharp a pencil as you want, right? It's just not quite there. But I mean, it works.
Yeah.
But when you use something like Xtool Studio for a while, you go, yeah, this is old school.
All the different bells and whistles.
Yeah. Now it does have one of the best lens calibrations I've seen. I mean,
You got a
it's
nice
trivial
tan,
to
Roger.
use.
You swear you're in Mexico or something.
Yeah.
You tanned fast, actually.
Yeah, I do. I tan pretty fast. In fact, I
Yeah.
got picked out of a crowd today as being Jewish. So that was kind of interesting.
That's weird. Were you being tight with your money or something?
No, just sitting in a restaurant.
Someone
I'm
was in my
just
shop.
kidding.
Someone
I'm
was in
just
my
kidding.
shop today who watches our live stream. Actually, he mostly watches it on, or mostly listens to it in his shop. But he refers to Roger starting last week as Hulk Hogan. So I'm expecting Roger to rip his shirt off there at some point.
TCC 1940 said hello from Chicago in
Hey, Jim.
Roger's nice backyard.
See, this is Jim. It's bad that we can't that names are all messed up now. Thank you very much, YouTube.
Alex said Blue Snowmanac. Okay.
Snow, yeah.
Okay.
That's his regular username.
So people are starting to put your regular name in so we can recognize you. It's like ABT marketing, and now I know that's them.
Yeah.
It's not their real name, but I just say it as them because I know their handle, right?
Yeah, well, I know TTC is Jim. Bosnian Trucker. He's still Bosnian Trucker. He says hello from St. Louis. He's in St. Louis this time. I like how he puts it.
On the road again. Thanks for joining on the road.
He's got in the back of his tractor, his truck. He's got like a big widescreen, and you can just lay there and watch TV at night.
A lot of people actually do that. You guys, I've been seeing a ton of these companies. Actually, I was contacted by two, wanting me to review these new 100-inch TVs, and I kind of laughed and said, "You should contact Steve because your background."
Yeah, well, so I wouldn't mind. So this is actually 3 screens. I wouldn't mind replacing it with 1 screen.
Like, to be honest, that sounds so cool, but I have an 85-inch TV in my living room, and that's big. Like,
yeah,
like
I have a 75.
Yeah,
which is, and the only reason I have a 75 is because even from 10 feet away, sitting on a couch, I can't read the guide on screen. So
100-inch seems a little. It's cool as it sounds, man. That's like obsessive.
It has a place, and it's probably not in most living rooms.
Yeah,
you need a big room for that.
I was even thinking I couldn't even put it on my basement wall. I don't think I have a 100-inch location for it. I said, you know what? Why don't you contact Steve? And I gave him your information. I said,
what I really like is they have these video walls that are like they sell them in 1-foot screens. You can just plug them in, and
that would be cool.
Yeah, and
I'd like something like that.
You don't have to power them down if you want to. If you have like a they're all modular, right? So if you have a screen with a blown LED in it, you can yank it out while the thing is running, and you can plug a new one in.
Hot swap. That's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
That's cool. Rick said, Fish Lake, Indiana in the house. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. I still like that name. I got to make a trip up there one of these days.
Nottingham, England.
Nice. Nice.
Hammer's channel is really good, actually. If you, I've watched quite a few of his videos.
I have to check it out. I'll be honest, I have not seen it, so I'll check it out maybe after a live.
Yeah, he tends to be a little more unhappy than I am about most products, and that's not a bad thing. It's just I tend to try to find the ray of sunshine when I can. Right.
We got a decent amount of people in the live. If you're not already a member, I have to do a selfless, shameless plug. You should join our Facebook group, shoptalklive.club. It's not a website. It's just an auto forward to our Facebook group, so we don't have this big, long URL. And I'm saying this the nicest way I can. This is not my Facebook group. It's not Steve's and not Roger's. And the reason that I'm saying this is because if you're an influencer, if you're a maker, share away, man. That's what the group's for. You're not stepping on any one of our toes, posting your products on any of our personal page, so to speak. So I would encourage you to do so. We like seeing everyone's work.
Every time you pop that up, I lose where we are.
Yeah, because it goes away.
Nottingham.
What's that?
Radu says, what city? Yep, Nottingham. Home of the legendary Robin Hood. Well, he lived in the forest. He was a suburban guy, but
8 to 10 inches Milwaukee the other day. I'm only 5 to 6 on a good day.
yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
We all can't be great, you know.
What can you say?
Just like fold it in half. But...
They said we got 11 inches on Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah, we got 11 on, I think it was Saturday, and then got 3 more on Sunday.
The biggest problem I have where I live is because I don't have any neighbors, is I get that drift. So the snow tends to be a lot deeper than it probably is at somebody else's house who has like a regular neighbor house. You know, I have a couple acres just below, so I tend to get the snow pretty deep just because of the wind, not necessarily what falls.
Yeah. So when it does snow here, I do have neighbors and I still get drifts because living 2 miles from the Atlantic Ocean is a pretty big place for wind to start to amp up, right? So, but there was some kind of thing that just rolled off the coast. Like we missed most of it, but the other side of towards Maine, they got pounded with snow, I think.
Roger, you're not drinking today?
He's done drinking.
You got the Captain Morgan.
He's been drinking all day.
How's the wife feeling, Roger?
Oh, okay.
Good. If she can hear us, I hope you're doing well.
No, she can't, but
We're in your ears?
yep.
Okay. Fox 7 said just opened the F2 UV today.
Nice.
All right, now I gotta subscribe to your channel so I can see what you gotta say. Drop some links in the Facebook group. Let's see some of this content. I want to see. Put it to work. Oh, here you go.
Yeah, so Alex is looking for a good supplier for K9 crystal. This is the stuff that you use to make the internal engravings on all the UV lasers. I use ComMarker store to buy it. It's not cheap though, no matter where you get it. Yeah. Now I did buy some kind of off-market stuff through a contact that brings them in from China directly, and it's just okay. It's more like K8 crystal, I think. It's not the full K9. It works, but it's not great.
I would say when you're trying to find a direct wholesaler, it's good sometimes that these wholesalers are large enough they have their own Facebook group. And the reason is because if they suck, they're gonna get bashed. Like the group's not gonna survive. So if you go to Facebook and you type in UV blanks or laser engraved blanks, and you find a supplier that has 3,000, 4,000 members, they have to be good. I mean, let's be honest. We all know you can have fake reviews, right? But they're not going to have 4,000 people constantly replying saying they're good. And if they are horrible, you're going to see that too. So that could be a good way to.
I do think with the number of UV lasers and the number of companies selling them now, I do think that it's only a matter of time before these K9 crystals are everywhere on Amazon. And I mean, you can get them on AliExpress, but then you got to worry about getting them shipped, and if you're in the US, tariffs and all kinds of crazy things. So, and it takes a long time to get them from there. So,
yeah. So I've just seen the Facebook groups, and I won't recommend anyone just because I haven't personally tried them. I don't have a UV laser yet, but I would just say that I would suggest searching for those groups because I've seen that type of product very active in Facebook market.
Well, yeah. So this is a fairly new need, right? Because the only people who needed these big crystal blocks were people who had $40,000 lasers to turn them into souvenirs. And now, normal people will say can buy a UV laser, and that's creating a need that wasn't there even 6 months ago.
Right. And then at the same token, like these suppliers will buy more, right? Because the more they buy, the cheaper it sells. Trickles down, right? The savings. Tom said, hello from Wisconsin. Hello, hello. I'm sure you got a lot of snow.
Herb Browning says hi from I assume it's
California?
California mountains, not Canadian mountains, but either way, it's mountains, so he's probably got a lot of snow. He's probably skiing by now. Yes, Tim, I'm sorry. In my rush to get my link posted up onto my channel, I grabbed the wrong thumbnail. So Ryan is actually on our thumbnail tonight. So he gets a little free advertising. But Ryan is not here.
Nice one. Hello, everyone. Hey, Kevin. So, Roger, in your trip in Mexico, anything wild and crazy?
No, not really. It's you know, anytime you're traveling all day, it's a hassle. I don't care what you're doing, but that wasn't bad. Well, I haven't had any hassles at all down here. It's been nice.
You know, I was laughing when I go to Mexico that how many Canadians are there, and how many Canadians were like staying there, like for extended periods of time, not like a week vacation, like months.
Yeah, well,
there are people. Well, I mean, they all used to go to Florida, but now everybody's kind of off Florida, so they go to Mexico and actually Europe too. Portugal is getting a lot of business these days.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, we've got people in the condo complex here from Ottawa this week.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah.
I used to live in Ottawa. I doubt that I know them though. There's a million people living there. So.
Now,
Alex said some snow, but right now it's just mostly icy. Yeah. You know, I keep telling myself a tractor is nice to have, but one of these days I want a Caterpillar skid steer. You sit in that thing, it's heated.
Why?
For my driveway. I can't stand it. So my driveway is like 100-foot straight shot. And then picture a backward Y that wraps completely around one of my garages and goes back. Or a P, pretty much a P. Yeah, a P. My driveway is like a P. A Y with the P going off one side. It's like this.
Yeah.
Because I have 3 garages, so it kind of goes like, yeah.
Well, you want like a front end loader, right? Not a skid steer.
Yeah, no, a skid steer, like the straight up the one you sit in where it's just the front loader and that's it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want.
The skid steer is more for like forestry things. It's for dragging logs out of the forest.
Well, I guess it would depend what attachment you have, but
yeah,
that's the field jargon name it gets. Kevin said, hello, everyone. Actually home this weekend from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Nice one. Thank you for joining.
Empire Lasers. Yeah, I haven't talked to
Australia.
Yeah, greetings from Australia. Australia.
Yeah, normally don't we get greetings from down under? Isn't that like the normal Australian greetings we get?
Oh, you know, he's running a business. Oh, Sydney, not system.
Must have been autocorrect.
Yes, autocorrect is the bane of my existence.
So my wife got a new phone this week, and she said, "I'm so mad at this phone." And she said, "Why?" Because it learns how you spell. She said, "I can't swear." I started laughing. I said,
"Does she swear in French or English?"
That's who she's talking to, I guess, right? Yeah, it was auto-correcting her. All right, you want to take this, Roger?
Yeah, it's I don't know how to pronounce that one. Muezer 161. I have a question about 3D printer, the Yumi 3D printer, the fastest multicolor printer. What do you think? I'm not familiar with that printer, so I can't really give an opinion on it.
The fastest 3D printer, huh?
They say they're the fastest UV printer.
So as I went down the rabbit hole with 2 of my addiction friends getting me to get into 3D printing, I won't mention names, Steve, Roger, but the biggest thing that what I learned about 3D printing before I had one is that waste, right? So if you're doing multicolor and it has a single head, it's gonna make a lot of waste. If you have a dual head or even AMS, if you don't properly put the filaments in separate heads, it doesn't make a difference, right? Because it's still gonna do that poop. But the only good thing about the bamboos is that rather than like poop and shoot, as people are calling it, like once you're done using a filament, it uses another one behind it to push it out. The bamboo's pulling it back. So it doesn't have to push as much out to clear it, right?
Yeah.
So the
It
way
doesn't. I mean, if you got the dual head, like the two hot ends, it doesn't make that much crap to spit out the back end, right? Because if you're unless you're printing 3 colors or more than 2 colors, let's say.
I agree.
Because then it's just switching heads. It doesn't have to reload the extruder, right? So. So it's fairly quick. Now the H2C, they've taken that to an extreme, right? Where
that's on my bucket list there, that H2C. I'm really looking hard at that.
I just saw
it's got potential. I just don't print that much multicolor stuff. So now you can do multiple nozzle sizes too, which is interesting.
Yeah, I just saw, I forget her name, I think she's Filipino. She does all the crazy reviews. She's a younger YouTuber.
Yeah.
I forget her name.
Aurora.
She does all kinds of techie stuff. Little girl.
Yeah, Aurora.
Cute little girl, yeah. I just saw her video on it today. She did a pretty thorough review on it. I was like, wow. I'm still impressed. You know, kids nowadays, they're just growing up totally different. They're so damn tech savvy. It's insane. Like, just her vocabulary. She's obviously young. She's a kid. But she's very
been around a long time. I don't think she's a kid.
Yeah.
Anyway, to get back to this Yumi thing, I really doubt that it's the fastest multicolor 3D printer in the galaxy, because
it actually says that on their website.
Yeah, it's a Kickstarter. It's a bed slinger. There's no way this thing's going to be fast.
Oh no, not Core XY. I consider a Delta, but no, not a bed.
How much is it?
Let's see. They raised $750,000 on Kickstarter. It's about. It's in Hong Kong dollars. It's 1,500 Hong Kong dollars, so it's about $300.
It's definitely going to be slow.
Little less than 300 US.
$300 is definitely going to be slow.
Yeah, I'm already. There's alarm bells going off all over the place with me right now. I would not be investing in this right now.
Skip it.
Like the very first words on their page are lie. I don't know. Maybe they have a different galaxy than I live in. But
what Sim the Century said: the only trouble with the secondhand snowmobile is it has been thrashed and used much. I say, well, broke it in because I ride hard. That's all I could say. When I got my sled, it was ported, jetted, cat deleted. So they don't do that if they weren't beating on it. You know what I mean? He's like, here's Bam's oil. You know.
Anytime I could possibly ride a snowmobile here, I go into my workshop and do something.
Yeah.
Wait for that feeling to go away. My wife can't even sell it.
I'm not an outdoor winter sport person by any means.
Yeah, like one of the reasons I moved to the coast was because it's warmer in the winter.
Yeah, you got to remember those. It's got heated. It's got heated handles. It's got heated by your legs. You know, you're bundled up.
My shop is heated too.
The only thing that I don't have, and I wish I did, and I noticed the difference when I ride with the guys, is I don't have a heated helmet, and sometimes I get the fogged up, so I have to open up my helmet, and I wear glasses, so that sucks. But I need a heated helmet. But yeah. But my wife.
At some point you're just in a house. It just happens to be moving.
At 85, 90 miles an hour.
Shop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fohammer says, "Thanks, Steve. I appreciate the clarity. I'm new to lasers, and don't be sorry, man. Like I've said some heinous things in videos, and people have called me out. LightBurn, LightBurn is dated. I was talking today to somebody, and I said I'm almost going to do a video on how much at risk LightBurn is right now.
The thing is, they have such a corner of the market. I don't understand why they don't just develop.
Except the problem is, like, the surest way to go out of business is to get an increasing market share in a shrinking market. And that's exactly the position they're in right now. And they have not evolved LightBurn in 2 years.
Yeah, but that's
And the
what doesn't
latest
make any sense
latest
to me.
release is just riddled with bugs, right? It's better now than it was, but
Yeah, whenever I
See,
get that, do you want to do the latest update? I wait for a while until I see on Facebook
yeah,
people saying,
I do
yeah.
too.
it almost
So-
always has problems.
To finish Fohammer's comment here, he said, "And yes, I complain about everything I can. I'm British after all. That's what we do." We should get him on actually sometime. It's time we get a guest on.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yes.
He can come
Send
on
us,
here and complain.
Send one of us an email and we'll set you up if you'd be interested in joining us one day on the live.
Post your email up there, Rick.
Hold up.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll read Tim's comment. It says, Steve, hence the reason I'm selling my Omni 1 and the Commarker B4, which he just bought like a month ago,
Man.
and upgrade to the F2 UV and the F2 Ultra. Maybe you should come and visit my shop again.
Here's my email if you want to send me an email. Speaking
Yeah, we
of,
have guests.
if anyone is a YouTuber, if anyone is a maker for CNCs, lasers, anything like that, and you have interest of ever joining us on the live, you don't have to be a big YouTuber. It's also encouraging to hear from other makers, your success, and not mostly just your successes. The one thing Roger, Steve, and I are very open on sharing is our failures, right? Matter of fact, a couple of times we have just brought in pieces that didn't work out the way we did. I think we just pretty much made a live based on that. And that's because through the magic of YouTube, people always see the good. And that's because we're intentionally showing something good, but we're by any means not perfect. Yeah, we haven't done that in a while. I actually showed failures.
Yeah. I had a few this week actually, but not comment worthy. One of my failures is I didn't do a video this week. I've been like totally lazy this week.
Oh,
It's too close to Christmas, I guess.
someone heard my voice and they said, why does your voice sound so raspy? Like, and on certain videos, my voice sounds different. And I said, my voice has permanently changed since COVID. I said, it's different. I said, but my voice maybe sounds a little more polished because it's going through Adobe filters, right? Let's be honest. So
You got
my
auto
voice.
tune on your microphone there.
Right. This is my voice. Like, it's a little raspy. Yeah, you've known me for a long time. That's not my voice sounded. COVID changed my voice forever.
Really? I didn't have COVID, and I'm quite thankful for it.
I've had it twice. And it was
My wife had it,
sucked.
and then 3 days after she figured out that she had it, she went traveling and she came back with it, but I never got it, and I'm thankful for that.
It felt like I got jumped. Every part of my body just hurt, like pains, aches.
It's weird because some people say, "Oh, it was just a cold," and then there's other people who are like hospitalized as a result.
Yeah, but then the other thing is that they just said that that like 80% of people from COVID get a permanent brain fog. They have issues with focusing.
Yeah,
and they have this new drug out. I'm not by any means promoting it, but some new drug supposedly that they give you, and it kind of makes your brain relearn paths. But they basically
rewire the synapse.
Yeah, but they suggest you don't leave your home for 2 days because you're kind of like in a drunk fog state.
Yeah.
And they're saying it's working so well, they're getting people with Alzheimer's and all kinds of like older people. But I think that's crazy that they're actually researching.
Maybe it's not your glasses fogging up when you're snowmobiling.
It's my brain.
Yeah, your brain hasn't cleared out yet.
My brain's still thawing out. Tom said hello from Wisconsin. Hey, Tom. Thanks for joining. Tony said hello from Cleveland. Hello. David said, Rick, and CNC stuff yet? Yes. I was working with PWR and CNC. Just they gave me all the wiring information. The only problem is that I don't have the bracket to mount the Masso controller.
See, you're feeling the sense of a true YouTube reviewer now. For all those people who think, oh, you get the free stuff. Yeah, but you got to work for 20 hours to get the thing running.
Right. Yeah. The other thing is, someone else has one now. I was the first person to have one. Someone else has one, and on their Facebook group, they said something, and he replied on the Facebook group like, "Hey man, I still haven't even figured out the wiring yet." And I finally told him like, I don't care if you send it to me on a napkin. I understand there's no manuals to this thing. Just give me some direction. So I think I'm just gonna tell them if they don't want to mail me that part, just give me the file if they're willing to, and I'll just print it myself. The damn thing's so expensive. I just don't want to have it just kind of just half-ass laying somewhere. I don't think I feel comfortable doing that. It's too nice of a CNC to me. Screw it up.
Well, you can always design your own mount for it.
Yeah. Yeah, I just like if I'm going to showcase a product, I don't want to Frankenstein something. I at least want someone to see what they're actually going to get. And especially for a part that I could probably print in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, right?
So Kevin asks an interesting question here. He's just curious on CO2 lasers, how often do you clean your mirrors?
When it stops working.
Somewhere between once a year and never.
When it's off.
Yeah. When things that used to work stop working, it's probably time to clean the mirrors.
When you should have a long time ago and it starts acting weird. It's kind of like when Roger was saying one day, he's like, "Oh yeah, I was cleaning my what the hell is it called? The metal thing you put you're inside the laser. You set your wood on top.
Honeycomb?
Oh, the honeycomb.
Yeah, the honeycomb. Yeah, Roger randomly mentioned, I'm cleaning my honeycomb. I was like, I don't know when the last time I did that. And I cleaned it. I was like, I forgot it's supposed to look like this.
So I have the honeycomb for an alien cell laser, but the laser is stuck in customs. All week it's been stuck.
Nah.
So I'm not all that happy. I'm waiting. So I mean, a Titan laser. So like a $8,000 com marker Titan laser got seized by customs, and I never got it back, and they never got it back.
That's crazy.
I did get a thing in the mail from the customs people though to say that it was sitting in an airport warehouse in the center part of the country, and I was welcome to go pay the customs on it and pick it up. It's like, it's not my laser. Like, it's
how much was the customs fee?
I don't know. They didn't say. There's no reason for them to have seized it because it was DHL's fault, but this one is stuck in UPS, so which normally doesn't happen. So I don't know what's going on, but
so lately when I have parts shipped from Canada, because I do that for work a lot from the UK and Canada, I have things overnighted as possible because it seems to skip customs.
Well, they tend to look at it quicker. That's all. It's like, yeah, it's a box.
Look at it overnight.
Looks like about the right size for the thing that's supposed to be in it. So off it goes. The dogs didn't go crazy.
Yeah. So certain electronic components that we use that are from some engineers are in Canada, some engineers are in UK that we have stuff custom made.
What's Roger doing there?
Oh, he's pausing. So Kevin, I have a question. Were you asking the question about your mirrors because are you experiencing some problems?
Yeah, I don't normally clean. I mean, maybe once a year I'll clean them. But what I noticed on the X20 P2S is the mirrors just don't seem to get dirty on that. Like, I've been using it for like almost 2 years now, and it cuts the same now as it did new out of the box. So
when mine hardly ever get dirty now is ever since I put that 6-inch exhaust in that big giant fan. And I think because it doesn't there's nothing kind of like settling inside of it, sucking it out so strong.
Yeah. Well, the P2S has a wicked fan in it, right? So
yeah, so I think that definitely helps,
Yeah. Faux Hammer. Hey, I didn't read that.
Oh, sorry.
Let my head expand. Right. He says that I have no idea what it means to hear from what it means to him to hear from me. Wow. Says a guy with 124,000 subscribers. He genuinely appreciates what I do, which is kind of cool. I appreciate what he does too. I appreciate what any YouTuber goes through, honestly, because we all start YouTube thinking it's easy,
Hmm.
and at some point you realize it's a job.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You know, the thing is that even when you get things for free, my wife's the first thing to say, it's not free. I'm like, it's free. But like even a Craig table,
Yeah.
and then you add the wood, and then this whiteboard, like, dude, a table's $600 something.
Somebody over on the longer thread watched my video on the new ePrint and made a comment that I only did it because I was getting a free printer. Well, first of all, I haven't established that I'm getting a free printer, but I did the basic math and said, while I'm doing a video for a review to help you, I'm not working in my business, right? It's costing me money.
Right.
And basically I figure pretty much every video is probably costing me, I don't know, about $1,500, including the cost of the machine, whatever it is. So
right. Yeah, that's
it's
fair,
definitely not a money-making situation.
Time is money.
Now, if Tim comes over to my place and he buys all the stuff in my shop, well, then it helps a bit.
Mountain Bike 12 said, good evening, all. Getting home from work, a little late, so joining. Steve, did you see that Onefinity released the Gen 2 Elite series?
I did, and it's intriguing. Like, it's definitely an evolutionary product. Like, it's not.
Is that little tiny one?
No, that's the Apprentice or something. Like,
what
it's
the
just
hell
a small
is that
one.
about?
Well, they're trying to cut off the entry level of the market.
It is so small, though.
What's nice about it is, well, they got the Redline controller, which is a little, it's a little more capable than the Masso, and they have like all the ball screws and stuff are covered up, so they don't get dirty. Now mine don't get dirty anyway, but it makes it look cool, and you can actually get like your logo put in them when they make them.
Yeah, so
they're just 3D printed, I guess. But
so I when I received the Onefinity, was like a week later they came out with the Redline, and I was like, what the hell, man? Like, you guys are just dumping this product, and you waited like 11 months to receive it, and now I receive it and you changed it up. Why? And they're like, oh no, that's not what we're doing. We're gonna offer both. But I think
that's the thing. They have the Elite and the Elite Gen 2.
Right.
And they're different. So I mean, but it wouldn't. I mean, it didn't surprise me because they dumped the Buildbotics to get to the Masso, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what the major difference between the Masso and the Redline is from Onefinity's perspective. I'm guessing price is probably the big one. But the nice thing about it is you can get it without a screen, so you can just plug your laptop into it and use that, which will save you a ton of money because you can pick up a junk laptop. I mean, basically it has to run a browser, right? So yeah, you can pick up a laptop for cheap.
Yeah, I kind of like the fact that it had it, because every one of these damn lasers have a $300 Best Buy laptop, right? My fiber lasers all have a $300 one. My dialers have a $300. So it's like, how many of these little cheap Best Buy laptops?
You don't have to have an individual computer for every one of these things, right?
I know, but I have like let me see. Can you see this? You see that little stand right there?
Yeah.
It's against the wall. So that runs all those fiber lasers. So I can have LightBurn open up more than once. And I have another one that runs the dial lasers. And I have another one that runs the CO2 lasers.
Yeah, and you don't need a computer for your 3D printer.
Yeah, I know you can do the virtual box thing.
You can do it from your phone.
Yeah.
I run Bamboo Studio on this computer here, and my printer's like 150 feet away over in my shop. So
yeah, the one thing that I hated too is that on these cheap laptops, the screen's so small. I finally connected an external laptop, and I was like, why didn't I do this a long time ago? Like,
yeah, the big difference is it's not, most laptops don't have a touchscreen.
Right. Well, and they're also the 300. I think it's like $600 was the cheapest Best Buy laptop. The screen's this small.
Yeah.
But
you're thinking new, right? Just buy something used.
Go to your local pawn shop.
Yeah, go to a thrift store or pawn shop. You'll get them cheap.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
The hell is this thing? Some kind
It's
of
an
blue
emoji.
fish.
Roger, you're up.
Where can I learn Orca thoroughly? I was just learning it. Just learning, you need to learn it. I learned Orca by trial and mistake. But I would imagine that somebody has some videos out there somewhere.
Oh yeah, there'll be hundreds of them.
Yeah.
What's
how
Orca?
to use Orca?
Orca
Slicer.
slicer. It's the thing that bamboo slicer is based on,
Oh, okay.
and many others.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one thing is from literally having zero experience 3D printing, this thing is like, whoa. You know, you turn it on, you scan on your phone, installs it, your computer downloads it because it's already logged in and registered. Like, it was like click, 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 done. And then the crazy part is like the whole, if you actually use the phone app and you go through their tutorials, they give you $60 free in filament. Like, why wouldn't you do it? Like, really?
Yeah, there. I was talking to somebody was asking me about, because they had a big Black Friday sale, right? Was asking me about the H2D and she had some cheaty printer, just like a regular 3D printer, decent, but not the same kind of level of detail. But she said, oh, I suppose these big expensive printers are going to be like more complex, more difficult to use. I said, no, it's the exact opposite. I said, you pick something, you push the go button, and you walk away, and you come back in an hour, and the thing's done.
Yeah, I was at work, and when I was printing stopped, and I was doing 10 of them. I called my wife, and I said, can you print this for me? She's like, I don't have time to learn how to use that. I said, take it off, hit print again, next. Well, it's not going to be. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, I kind of wish I had some kind of an affiliation with bamboo, but it's definitely the 3D printer of choice. I'm actually thinking of buying another one.
Yeah, so my son finally convinced me yesterday to download the Bamboo app on his cell phone. He's searching away, boy. He's out there making his little wish list. It keeps getting longer and longer.
Selecting a lot of favorites in Maker World.
Yeah, just to say that boy's gonna have a whole lot of Hot Wheels stuff. He went down the Hot Wheel rabbit hole. He's like, look at all this. I'm like, oh wow, it's actually pretty cool. Yeah. Kevin said he cleans his CO2 laser lenses once a week. I would say that's almost excessive. You got to remember that, like, it's like a lens for a camera. You want to touch it at least as often, right? Because you are scratching it. They're micro scratches, but
I think that's probably. I mean, maybe he's got it running 24/7. I don't know.
Yeah. I would say unless you really needed to, that seems a lot.
If your mirrors are actually getting visibly dirty after a week, then you probably don't have enough vacuum
ventilation. Yeah. Better ventilation.
Yeah.
Get rid of the 2-inch fan and put a 6-inch fan in,
or just completely remove that fan. That's in your, if it has a CO2, just remove it and just make it a throughput, and go buy yourself a real powerful fan.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
maybe that's your bottleneck.
That's what I have. Is I got a 6-inch fan basically at the wall, and then a pipe that runs up to my laser and sucks as much air as it possibly can. Like, it's actually slightly a vacuum inside my laser. So I do have to, I've added a couple of extra ventilation holes in the laser because it was like I could see the lid kind of compressing, right?
Yeah, it's funny you said that. So the longer enclosure, it's a zip one. You can see the negative pressure. It goes woof woof. Like it actually like sucks you like it says. So yeah, it's funny though. I like this. My son watches Peppa Pig, and he says this holiday. Certain words that he picks up. I was on holiday recently. Saw store shelves with tons of souvenirs on it, and the engraved crystals cost less than the blanks cost from commenting. Yeah, I mean,
and
distributor.
And keep in mind that crystal that you see at a souvenir souvenir shop was probably made by a much more expensive laser. But those guys are got to be terrified right now because, I mean, they're trying to pay for these lasers, right? Like, you're not going to pay for that. You're going to have to sell a lot of these crystals to pay for it. And now their market is about to get eaten alive.
Tony said Clack has been buying them off Amazon. So Clack, are you in the building?
Yeah,
if you can,
you can get some on Amazon. They're around. Like you just have to search for them. But
Carol
at
said,
the
"Hey
time
guys,
I bought a bunch of
New York?
Commarker was the only one that had them, and I got a deal on them. So, did you learn how to say Poughkeepsie yet?
Oh, I keep saying Poopski.
See, so Jim says he got some samples today from Coaster Factory. It's some Canadian company that makes coaster blanks. Actually, they make pre-printed things too. 2 days, that's not bad. They do. I think they do ship from the US for US customers, so you probably don't have tariffs or anything to pay for, which is good. I don't know if Jim bought the 12,000 coaster box or settled for the 2,500 coaster box.
I got the 5,000 coaster box.
Well, they do have a bunch of price graduation, and it starts at 2,500 is kind of the minimum, and you can get less, but then they're going to charge you a lot more.
I guess
and it goes up to I think 12,500, and after that, it's like call us.
If Roger ever gets in trouble, I may have a few thousand coasters he could steal.
Jim was asking me about production, whether I do production coaster work, and I said, well, I don't really. I said, I said I don't really do production work, and he said, well, that depends on your definition of production. I said, for me, it's any more than 20 coasters.
So,
well, he just made I think 2,500 for some bar, right?
He's one of the largest Canadian producers of coasters. He just doesn't want you to follow him and steal his secrets.
Well, he's in Joliet. He's in your neighborhood.
He doesn't want any copycats.
Yeah, I'm not going to make coasters.
King in Canada.
I mean, if somebody that I'm doing work for anyway, like somebody like a regular customer wants some, I'll make some. But it's not what I do. It's like too mundane for me.
To me, they're just cheap gifts. That most businesses are buying to give away to someone else, and they know that they can just get them like on the fly. Like, hey Rick, I'm not like Roger. I've never sold 200, 300 of anything. It's always been a small batch order, and it's for companies, and then they just keep randomly coming back because they're giving away as gifts. Like 2 Men in a Truck, a moving company. You know, they bought them, but
I can't get into it. It's just, I don't know. It very quickly becomes work to me, and it's just kills my creative spirit, which is generally at risk most of the time anyway. So
I haven't tried 3D printing them. Like, I've seen some of Roger's 3D printing look actually pretty cool. I wouldn't mind printing our local, like on one of those coasters. I think that might look pretty cool. When do you guys want to take this?
Oh, this is a 3D printer question, Roger. You can do this.
Oh, classic engraving.
No, it's inner engraving. So Empire says, I've been doing 3D inner engraving for 2 years. The major issue is not supply of the glass, but the quality of the images at the moment. Yeah. Laser 911 mentioned this issue in his latest video. I did notice with the 12-watt Commarker, there's a lot more power, and I'm gonna have to try it again and tone it down. But I did notice an image made in glass with the 6-watt and an image made with the 12-watt. The 6-watt one was actually better. And I looked at a microscope and magnifying glass type thing, and it just looks like it's hitting the glass a lot harder and making it fuzzy, like it's creating bigger fractures, right?
So kind of like what we say about the lower wide dial lasers, how they have really fine detail, you know, on the versus the.
Well, there it's actually the beam that's bigger. Here, I think it's more power that's killing it, right? So it's interesting. Like I think, you know, it is like anything else, right? Like gentle power is definitely better than like full blast, right? So I think that's part of the problem. But it's one of these things I'm probably going to do a little more work on at some point and try and figure out what's going on. But it does look like the glass, because the way it's marked is microfractures inside the glass. And it looks like the 12 watt is actually hitting it a lot harder. So I have a feeling if you're making 3D internal engravings with a 12 watt UV laser, by the time you get it to look nice, you're probably down to 6 watts anyway, or 5 watts.
Empire Laser Creations. I follow her on TikTok. Facebook, I'm friends with her, but I see a lot of posts on TikTok. She does a lot of cool stuff. You know, we always say it's funny, and I'm not saying she's not successful. Don't take this as an insult. I always say you can't sell something that people don't know, are not unaware of. And you see some people's work that's so badass, and it's like, how are you not like huge?
Yeah.
You know,
marketing
like,
or lack of.
No, like you see some people's work, it's like, man, you know, like you give credit, like you do the same thing, but like, damn, like you do some badass stuff.
So I've read one marketing book in my life called Brand Hijack. And it was basically a bunch of case studies in marketing and how you can do guerrilla marketing. And it talked a bit about how Red Bull took over the cola market and energy drinks, right? Like they put a big dent in Coca-Cola and Pepsi when they came to market. So
yeah,
it's
marketing.
It's interesting. But for me, and I apologize to anybody on the call who's in marketing, but coming from the engineering side, my opinion of marketing was always that marketing's job is to find someone to do their job. And my wife is like, she works with marketing people a lot, and she says, no, it's not like that. But you know, engineers have this twisted view of the world, and that was always my perception.
Flex said I was speaking with Laser 911 earlier. I'll ask him about that. Good to know.
Yeah,
he's done our live once.
Yeah, tell him if you're talking to him, tell him to put it on under a microscope and have a look at it. Because to me, it looks like the fractures are bigger. Yeah,
Kevin's saying, Dave, you clean all 3 mirrors once a week? I just think it has to be that it's not exhausted well.
Yeah,
unless you're doing some very dirty material. But then even then definitely you want to work on your exhaust.
So Dave says he has a monoport Onyx, cotton swabs it with 91% IPA, which isn't the beer, it's the alcohol. And the percentage doesn't make any difference. Yeah, it's all I have. Yeah. Any kind of alcohol will work, but
so ever since COVID, it's been a little more difficult to get alcohol, right? Especially higher alcohol, because they're offering it to the medical purposes first, right? So if you search for 99.9 or 99% 8% alcohol, and you put fiber optic cleaner, it's medical grade alcohol, because fiber optic cannot leave any kind of residue behind, because it's gonna cause an issue, right? It's gonna cause a mirror, or it's gonna cause a blemish. So you could buy really high quality alcohol at not a ridiculous price if you just search for fiber optic cleaner.
Yeah, where I get my alcohol is I go to the local like a farm supply store. Mm-hmm. I guess farmers use alcohol for something to do with cows. And,
probably.
And I buy it by the gallon there.
That's what I do.
99.9. It's medical alcohol, right? 99.5 or something.
Yeah, I buy it by the gallon too.
It's way cheaper.
Yeah, I buy it by the gallon too. Probably when I went to Walgreens and bought it, it'd be like $9 for the little tiny bottle.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I paid last gallon I bought. I think I paid $25 for it.
Empire Laser Creation says, if you want pictures in the glass, the software has a long way to go, but it's a cool way to watch it happen, though.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, maybe since Fohammer is looking at an Omni 1, maybe this is a good comment towards that, because on an X2O UV laser, it is not hard to get things lined up inside a crystal. They make it so simple.
Hey, let me know if I shared and I kept it for a little while. If you caught my email address, if you caught my email address, I'd love to be able to extend the invite out. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we keep them up late or early. Make them not go to bed.
Harold said, "What are you printing?" Something I can't show. That's for a family member of mine. That's trademarked. Just being honest.
I thought maybe you were doing an adult toy there or something.
No. It's the Bears. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
If you're from Chicagoland area, you'll know what that means. But yeah, the Bears are rocking it right now, man.
Dave says he's
Yes,
had
they are.
COVID.
9-3.
Dave says he's had COVID 4 times. Working in healthcare, yeah, it's the incubus of plague.
My boss is one of those.
Kudos for helping people.
My boss is one of those people just like beyond ignorant, right? Like, COVID doesn't exist. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you, bro, but I have it. I'm telling you, it exists.
Yeah, next time I have it, I'll make sure I come and cough in your office.
You know what I mean? What do you mean COVID? He's like, when are you coming in? I said, I got 40 hours PTO. I'll see you in 40 hours. I'll let you know I'm doing after the 40. I'm telling you right now, I'm taking all.
There is a measurable percentage of the population that is immune to it due to a presence of a gene. I like to think that I have that because, I mean, I slept in the same room as my wife for a week when she had it, and I never got so much as a sniffle. So
probably because she didn't want you near it.
Well, no.
Yeah. No, I didn't get. I was like that with chickenpox. I never got chickenpox with COVID. I didn't get so lucky.
Oh, I've had chickenpox twice in my life. Okay. Which sounds impossible, but the first time I was young because I had a brother and sister going to school. But I got chickenpox the second time when I was 40.
Oh, wow.
And I got it from my wife's son, who said, she said, you got chickenpox, and he had like 2, and he went, oh, that's terrible. Can I go outside and play? Like a few days later, I got chickenpox, and it was like, I think I'm going to die.
Oh man, Roger, you talk about a lot about this. Do you want to take this?
My go-to CAD design software. I guess it depends on what I'm making. A lot of times I'll use Tinkercad just because it's easy and free.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's FreeCAD, which has got a hell of a learning curve to it.
It's actually gotten a lot better.
Yeah, I had the full CAD for work, but I haven't even tried. I've just been printing
for business stuff. I generally use Fusion, but every year I have to renew it. I was just having this conversation with somebody. Every year, when I renew it, I smack my head against the wall and say, "Why am I paying $700 for this thing?" So I did spend quite a bit of time learning the newest version of FreeCAD, and it's actually not too bad. The challenge I have, I was almost going to use it. The challenge I have is, while it works very differently than how I've been using Fusion for the last 7 years, right, or 8 years. So I have a learning curve to break down and build up a new one. And but I was able to build all kinds of things with FreeCAD. It works just fine.
So it's called FreeCAD because it's literally free?
It's free.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a guy, something Mango Jelly, I think is the channel. He has some really good FreeCAD videos.
Okay.
Tutorials.
Check them out. What is it?
Just Alan Jones. Needs to put some spaces in his name for you dyslexic folks.
Yeah. So I had to we ordered $115,000 in products, Cisco stuff, and I always thought it came from China. It actually says made in Mexico.
Cisco.
So,
What is it? Cisco?
Yeah, Cisco routers.
Like routers? Yeah, they're made in North America.
Yeah, so they're made in Mexico, and someone stole our scan bar scanner, and to read like this huge long serial number you have to document. So what I was doing was all day taking a picture of my phone, blowing it up, and then typing it like.
You don't have to. You don't. Is that you got an Apple phone, right?
Yeah, but because I work for an energy company, our computers are completely locked down. Like we can't.
Doesn't mean. Oh well.
It won't let you paste things. It won't. It all this crazy. Yeah,
so you can't import an image.
Yeah, so stupid. Like it's so heavily locked down. Yeah. It's
because you can Android phones have the same kind of thing, but you can take a photo and then load it into
I copy and paste it. Yeah,
and you can just select the text in it.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't be able to paste it because it would say so it's just such a hassle.
Blows. Can't you just do it at home and send yourself an email?
Yeah, so I was thinking about what I was going to do was just use my personal laptop and plug the scanner in my personal laptop, create the whole file, and then email it to myself, which you're not supposed to do anyways. But someone stole the scanner, so I had no choice but to just. So that's what I did.
You don't need a scanner though. You can use your phone.
Yeah, no, but the scanner plugs in USB and you go deet, and then it automatically enters in the computer, and then
it's like a barcode scanner or something.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. But someone said I just finally got my CNC built, set up, trimmed, spoiler bolt surface. Time to upgrade to a PWN CNC spindle. Nice one.
Did you tram your CNCs?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Most people don't. And it's like you don't really notice it until you have like a bed leveling bit in, like the big one, when it's like at an angle. It doesn't take much of an angle, and you never get the bed flat, right?
Yeah, no, I did that. That's when I did it, when I first set everything all up. I may have a discount code. Send me a message on Facebook or send me an email. I'll see if I can get you a discount code from PWN CNC. Yeah, it's not like affiliate. I wouldn't get any money, but I should be able to give you some kind of discount code. Send me an email. Hold on here. Where are we at?
Yeah, so Empire says, Eufy make delayed their shipping of their E1 printer till February.
He said next February. So
well, no, it's February 2026. But the reason for this is because they had some problems with magenta ink. Now, that to me sounded like a really lame excuse, except I had an ink cartridge, a magenta ink cartridge that just messed up my printer completely, and it took me a week to get the thing cleaned out. Well, that magenta cartridge, which was brand new, is in the garbage. There was something in the manufacturing process that left particles in it or something, and I mean the holes in an inkjet in a head are like micrometers, like micrometers in diameter, right? So it doesn't take much of a particle to plug them up. Like I was wondering, I was printing like this logo, and all the blue was kind of this weird shade of green, and like all the tests looked okay, but any blended color was just completely messed up. So I know it's frustrating, but nice. I know it's frustrating, but there is reason. I'm now very cautious with the magenta cartridges. Like there were people in the beta group where they were replacing the head because of it.
Say hi. Hi. Ricky said that I got him this robot for his birthday and the leg broke, so we're gonna have to do some surgery later.
Maybe you can 3D print a part.
That's when CA glue comes in handy.
Yes.
Fix.
So yeah, hopefully they actually managed. I had a conversation with them and I said, like, you better ship this thing before longer start shipping their printer.
Oh man. Yeah. So You can't back out, right? If you put that money down, that's it, right?
Yeah, I don't know how Kickstarter works. I mean, I'm always tempted to caution people about Kickstarter because you always hear these horror stories. And
Well,
I mean, I did a really nice resin 3D printer a while back, like a couple of years ago, and it had a really successful Kickstarter project. They were making printers, and then they just disappeared. They didn't ship, and it was, people were saying, "Oh, it's a scam." Well, no, it wasn't a scam. They just ran out of money and just packed it in, and that happens a lot on Kickstarter. Like 30% of the projects don't succeed, right? So,
but at the same token, you have to know that's what Kickstarter is, right? So I mean,
it's a gamble. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a bit of a crapshoot. Now you're getting something for, first of all, you're getting it early, but you're also getting it for a much reduced price.
right,
So it's a trade-off.
right.
But yeah, I know Tim, who's actually next on the list here. He has I think 2 E1s on order, and he was mentioning this to me the other day too. Like, oh, it's delayed again, and
Yeah.
I mean, they're building them.
Oh, don't walk into the light. Lighting is not all that great in here. I have to just use what I got.
You have to
lighting here.
You have
He's
to
being
pack a
slick
studio
since he
light
has
when you go to Mexico.
He's being slick since he's got the new name with the 007. Remember when he changed his name?
Yeah. Now we know who he is.
Mountain Biker 12. Black Friday price was good for the Gen 2 Elite series, so ordered it. Won't be there until the end of February.
Yeah, that's pretty typical. Ask Rick.
Yeah.
Order today, get in the summer.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't. I mean, they know they're going to sell them. I don't know why they don't keep inventory.
Yeah. Yeah. The Onefinity I ordered, I think it took 17 months. No, 11 months. 11 months. But the problem is they say it doesn't take 11 months because they send you like 4 separate shippings, but it doesn't do any good until the last piece arrives, right? They can send you a spindle and you're like, great, dude.
It wasn't months, was it? It was like 11 weeks or something, wasn't it?
No, it was months.
Wow.
What I was mad was that I told PW and CNC, hey, what's up, man? You guys want to do this deal? Blah, blah. CNC, they're like, nah, we're going to hold off. We're still going through some process. We're not ready to launch. We'll let you know. I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna buy Onefinity. And if I buy the Onefinity, I'm not interested in purchasing it all. Like, that's off the table. You'd have to give it to me. I'm like, oh, that's fine. Well, whatever. So 11 months later, my Onefinity gets set up. It's actually working. And I get an email. Hey, Rick, son of a. And then 2 weeks later.
You sure you didn't have it set up like 5 months ago and you've just been talking about it for 5 months? We still haven't seen anything.
No, I'm sitting right there. No, I do.
I believe that it's been set up there for months.
No, it took me that long to get it.
It still looks pretty new.
It's pretty thirsty right now, but I kind of held off because I was sponsored by PW and CNC. So Onefinity is not a sponsor of my channel, but PW and CNC. So I did that kind of out of professional courtesy, I would say, because they did sponsor. I didn't pay for that. So yeah, just being transparent and honest.
Faux Hammer says, thank you for explaining that all of us YouTubers aren't rich. It's hard. It's a job. Yeah. It's free stuff. So I don't know about anyone else here, but it does take me probably twice as long to make a review video as like a project video or a business video type thing. Like a business video, I mean, it's my business, so I can pump it out pretty quickly. But review videos take a ton of time because you got to run, especially lasers, you got to run a bunch of examples and try 15 different materials. Yeah. Anyway, Faux Hammer says he drives a $2,000 car, which he bought just to get to to its next road check. Yeah, well, there's benefit in that too. You're not paying for depreciation of something fancy.
Yeah, so we all get accused of that as much. 100%.
Yeah, I'm actually going to try and do fewer reviews. I'm just going to be a whole lot more selective in 2026.
I think in 2026, everything that I have, I want to start making more content using it.
Yeah.
Creating things with a fiber laser, creating things with a diode laser, creating things with the 3D printer, creating things with the 2 CNCs, creating things with the what is it called? The fourth axis with the spinner. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. The rotary.
I want to start creating more content, creating things. And then I also want to be able to do, like, I bought that HT, what is it? I'm having a dyslexic moment. HTP, the tricolor
HPDI, that stuff.
Yes.
Plastic.
So I want to do a 3D printer is nice, right? But it's slow. So I want to actually make a sign with 3D printer and say, this is what it costs, this is how long it took, and this is how fast it took on a CNC. Now, mind you, the only difference is you're going to have to buy a whole sheet of that for a CNC. So that is costly, and it's sitting there until you use it. But
yeah, well, I mean, that's not exactly an apples to apples comparison, though, right? Because one's an additive process and one's a subtractive process.
Yes.
So it's usually easier to take things away than it is to add things.
Correct. To build it from scratch. Yes.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you turn on a 3D printer, you're starting with nothing and you're making something out of it. Whereas with a CNC, you're starting from basically a big hunk of material and you're carving away pieces, right? It's a bit of a different process.
Yes, but I want to show that, like, and then why. What's the advantages one way or the other? And
well, there's an advantage to knowing when to use the right tool for the job.
Yes.
Right. Like I see people all the time using, using lasers to do things that would take seconds on a CNC.
Now, Roger and I will.
Not everybody has a CNC, so but when you do, don't keep doing it the way you always did it, right?
Roger and I will both argue with you that everything can be used as a hammer. Roger?
Yeah, that's true.
As they say, and all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail, right?
Give me the hammer over there. Where do you see a hammer? Just give me that.
And the converse is true as well. When I have a bunch of nails, everything is a hammer.
Folks, I love what I do. That's why I spend 80 hours a week doing it. They say you'll work 120 hours a week to work for yourself, and not to work 40 hours a week for someone else.
Yeah, I work way longer hours now than I did when I was working in a real job.
Yeah, I do too.
And there's times when it drives me crazy. I go for a walk on the beach, and then I come back. I feel better.
You want to take this, Roger?
Yeah, I have the Reno 65. It isn't cutting 1/8" basswood. Speed 45, power 60. Shop is 50 degrees in the shop. Did a mirror alignment when I got it last week.
I should cruise through that.
Yeah.
1/8" basswood. Yeah, you should be able to cut that pretty easily. Well, the power 45. It's a 65 watt. 45 is probably a bit fast for that power.
The other thing is, like, let's be honest, every laser is a little bit different, and it would sound stupid, but did you run a material test? Where did you get those numbers from?
Yeah, I mean, if I was just looking at these numbers,
I don't think they're way off.
For a 60 watt, I'd be using probably 80 or 90% power and going about 20 millimeters a second, probably.
I'd run a material test.
Yeah, well, sure, but that's why I would pick those values. I'd run a million material tests.
Yeah, I'd say for that thin of a wood, it's pretty cheap.
Yeah,
just throw in your scrap and run a material test.
Certainly, if you're using LightBurn anyway, just use the material. If you go up to Laser Tools, there's a material test there, and you can try a range of things. And
yeah, Kevin, I don't think you're way off, but I think that
I think you're at the high end though. And it's just you're borderline just not cutting.
Yeah. So
like I'm sure if you drop that speed down to 20, you would cut even at 60% power.
But that's what's so cool about that material test. You're able to dial in that machine like Perfecto, man.
Yeah, when I run a cut test, like a material test for cutting, I'll find all the places where I was successfully cut through, and I'll pick somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, unless you're doing cedar fence pickets. I always say, like, the only thing is, like, I try to buy like 100 at a time when they're like super cheap, and I put them in my basement. I have like a huge workbench. And they're stacked under there with 45-pound weights, so they don't start getting all, and they dry out. And as long as they've been dried out and cut through them like this, but if they're fresh, forget it, man. Throw all those numbers out the window. And
Yeah,
I just make like 4 passes, you know. And only reason I make 4 passes is because I'll have that random spot didn't cut through, just a little tiny line, and I'll just get aggravated. So if I know I do 4 passes, definitely gonna make it through.
Yeah. But this is probably, if it's 1/8-inch basswood, it's probably plywood.
Dry. Yeah, I agree.
Plywood is always dry, so. Well,
David said,
within reason.
I get all the Onefinity advertisements, and I don't know if they have limit switches now.
They may or may not. So on the original Onefinities, they had actual mechanical switches. On the Elite, they have optical switches. And I think on the Elite 2, they have current detection on the steppers for determining the endpoints. Yeah, limit switches are kind of passé now. Nobody uses them anymore.
So, Roger, in our local area, I saw a 3500 dually 2026 advertised for $86,000. And I said, $86,000? My Laramie 1500 selling for 98 grand. So I call a Dodge dealer, said, hey, let me know if it's there. I'm on my way. And they says, oh, we actually don't have that truck. Would you like to order one?
Yeah,
Dude, that's so
it'll be
bogus. Like,
98,000.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's going to be like 126,000, right?
That's called bait and switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually legal. That's crazy, though.
So
I said, if that's the price, I'll be on my way right now. Like, oh, no. Man.
So Jim says he's got his saga continues with cracked wine glasses. He's been engraving them with the Omni One. I don't honestly know how this is happening, because an Omni One shouldn't be engraving deep enough into the glass to cause any kind of structural problem.
Okay, now come clean. Are you using Dollar Tree glasses? I mean, are these like the cheapest glasses you can find in the world? And there are imperfections in the glass, and has nothing to do with the laser?
Like, it's not even heating, right? Because like a UV beam is not hot. It's a cold engrave. The only way it would crack is if the engraving is deep and it's cutting to the point where the glass is weak.
Unless
that's
the glass
pretty
is so
hard,
thin,
unless
it's
you're
super
doing
brittle.
like a relief kind of pass, where you're doing multiple passes.
I want to know what kind of blank you're using.
Well, so go back there for a second. So Jim, one of the hard lessons Jim is learning that we've all learned at some point is don't let the customer supply the materials. Right. So he's got people who are like bars that are supplying and restaurants that are supplying their own glassware. Well, you know that the quality of any glassware a restaurant uses is the cheapest they can get, because odds are good they're going to break half of them anyway, right?
Yep.
So yeah, you gotta, this is a general tip for everybody. If you're in the business of making especially volume stuff, you supply the material.
Yep. And you make money off the material most of the time as well. So that's part of your...
Well, if you're buying volume, you're gonna, even if you sell it for like the regular list price, you're gonna make money. So
yes, I would say it's the blank. That's my gut reaction.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I just, like I said, the only reason I could think of it cracking with a UV laser is because it's gone too deep. It's cut through past the kind of tempered surface of the glass.
Yeah.
But that's pretty hard to do with a UV laser unless you do multiple passes.
So are you
And I
doing?
mean, I looked at Jim's settings; they're reasonable. They're not out there. But glasses are probably pretty thin too, right? Like if he's doing martini glasses, well, they tend to be really thin glass, and I'm sure he's running into just like even the slightest scratch on the thing is enough to make it fragile, right?
Yeah. So Roger, are you enjoying your vacation, or are you getting withdrawals for not working?
I am absolutely enjoying it, and I have no withdrawals at all. I just not looking forward to all the crap I'm going to have to when I get back home next week, especially with moving all that snow.
Yeah. Harold said, buy a new mini PC with two 24-inch monitors, and you're about $350 and no iStream. Yes. And the other thing is that LightBurn, the way the menus are set up in the sides, it reminds me of like Windows 98 with the big giant bars.
Yeah.
Right? Like Windows 98. So, but then once you stick it on a bigger monitor, it's a little more spread out, and the center screen's a lot bigger. It's a lot easier to use.
I'm waiting for a decent set of VR glasses where I can project a 100-inch screen in my vision. I mean, I have on this computer I have, which is a Mac Studio, I have 5 monitors on this. I got those 3 back there plus 3 here.
Nice.
And it's still not enough. Like I need big. I want to be able to look over here and do something, and look over here and do something else.
Well, I think it's not a big deal until once you've used it. Like my wife, sometimes I'll come up, she'll say, "Can you come up here and watch Ricky for a minute while I'm working from home?" I'll come up for 5 minutes while she's doing something, and I'll say, "I gotta go back downstairs." She's like, "What's the big deal?" When I work with 3 monitors plus my laptop, when you get so used to working like that, it's like without it. It's definitely a convenience. Empire Laser Creation just made my last payment on it. Would be nice to start making it earn. Yeah. It's
always good to make hardware that you bought frivolously, and I'm not saying you did, Tim, but I certainly do, and it's always good when it makes enough money to pay for itself.
What we always say too, though, is that it's nice when you have an existing business or existing income coming in. It's not taken away from your 9-to-5. That at least can carry you over during that learning curve, right? Because it's the people who have zero experience and zero other income coming in and just make the assumption that when they buy this, it'll pay for itself. And that's rarely the case.
Yeah, and that's getting harder and harder to do, right?
Right.
It's, I mean, back in the good old days when lasers were just taking off, if you went to a craft market, people would think you're like some kind of god, and they would just buy everything you make. But now if you go to a craft market with 60 tables, 50 of them will be people with laser engravers. So
yep.
You have a brief window now where you can go and sell 3D engravings in glass, but a year from now everybody at craft markets are going to have those too.
Yeah, things are changing. Technology is changing. Dave said maybe slow your speed down a bit and increase the power.
Yeah. Best beginner X often means little more than the cheapest. Yes, that's the thing. And then we all chase price. I mean, it's just kind of human nature not to part with your money. But I'm forever answering email of people who say, "Oh, I bought this $50 laser on Amazon and it's not working right." Well, okay, but you bought a $50 laser, right, or $100, whatever it is, and sometimes a lot of times you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
And if you're just getting started, fine, buy something cheap. But I mean, there's lots of really good cheap lasers. Well, cheap is a relative term, of course, but an X-Tool F2 or an F1, you can probably find a used F1 floating around on the market now because everybody will be upgrading to F2s. Get started with that. It's a decent laser. Software is pretty good. It'll get you up to that understanding level, and then you can choose to buy something bigger once you kind of pay for it and make a little money. See if you're going to actually enjoy it.
and nobody wants open diode lasers anymore.
No.
And
I mean Klaxon too. I'm sure he's exposed to it. I get at least 3 companies a week or 4 even that still try to entice me to review an open frame laser, and I flat out tell them I'm not going to review open frame lasers anymore because they're inherently dangerous. They were cool when that's all we had, but there's safe lasers now, and
so the reason I'm bringing it up is just saying deeming safe is that, let's be honest, if you're trying to get the best bang for your buck and you don't have much buck to spend, you could get a cheap, powerful open frame laser, especially even used.
Yeah, and put it in a box.
Right.
But that's extra money that you have to budget for too, right?
Right. Just use is definitely a good option. And the other thing is, I think, is that right around tax season time, you see a lot of people buy stuff, and then 2 months, 3 months later, it's like half the price. So we're almost at that tax season. So if there's not a good enough sale for that Black Friday for you to drop that credit card or spend your mattress money, hold on 2 months in the year when someone who spent their tax dollars and all of a sudden they're like, nah, I don't want to do this.
Well, you're coming up to another season before that, right? Post Christmas, people will be getting lasers for Christmas, and they'll try them out for a while, and then they'll go, "This is not really for me. I'm going to sell it." And you can get some deals then too, in the post holiday season, like
there you go.
In February. February is a good month for buying things, including cars, because everybody's hungry from spending all their money at Christmas and.
Or they're selling their gifts because they just want the money.
You should have just given me
as bogus as that sounds.
Just give me an envelope full of cash and small unmarked bills.
Like I said, if you need a line into bamboo, give me a shout. Looks like you got the hookup. All right.
Yeah, you can do that next week. Come on the live next week. And
that'd be really cool, actually. Looks like a great product for us makers. Open a lot of opportunities, expands our range of products. Yeah, it's cool. Tim said I put the deposit down on longer as a backup just in case.
Yeah.
The fact that people are like double dipping, so to speak.
Yeah,
that's
I mean, I'm not worried that the E1 is going to ship or not. It will. It's just they're working through some challenges. These are incidentally things Longer is probably also going to have to work through. And maybe more so because they don't have their own kind of sanctioned ink for their printer. So people are going to put weird, half laundry detergent kind of ink in there, and it's going to plug things up. And
they're going to have to make some kind of line in the sand that say, you're welcome to do whatever you want, but it's going to void the warranty, because it's going to be horrible if they don't.
Yeah, so they're going to go through this too, and I mean, the reality is UV printers are hard. They're hard to make, right? And like even before Eufimate came along and said, "Look, we'll make it so you don't have to maintain it a lot." It's still hard, right? And they're finding out that it's difficult too. So,
Clack said, for Kevin, check the path. It doesn't sound normal. If the lenses are dirty, it can cause a lot of cutting ability. 45 is fast for cutting. I would expect 30-ish.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. 20. I normally use for 1/8-inch basswood. I normally just use like 20 for the speed, and then vary the power around.
Radui, hey Radui.
Yeah, he says Cobra S1 arrived, no filament. Yeah. He had emailed me about that one.
He was telling me this week he was going to get the Cobra S1, but he wasn't going to open the box until he got his filament.
That's the one with 5 heads, right?
It competes with like the bamboo. What's the one you have?
P1S.
Yeah,
P1S.
Okay.
Nice little printer. It does have a multi-material option, and anyway, I told him he should at least open the box. I said maybe you'll find a roll of filament. It's right down in the bottom of the box. So
then it says I heard truck door open, saw Amazon package on the floor, and then FedEx driver carrying a box with 10 rolls of Elegoo filament that was due to next week. So got it ahead of time. Yeah.
Nice.
So now you can at least look at your filament.
I I ordered more Creality filament today. Yes, last night, like at midnight, because they still
Is that
have
what
that
you're using,
crazy.
Creality?
Well, I'm using bamboo, but bamboo's almost sold out. Look at
Yeah.
all their.
So
I bought.
so this person I was talking to about bamboo printers, she ordered one, and she said, but the thing is back ordered until after Christmas.
I stocked way up last summer on bamboo filament, so I'm good to go for a while.
Yeah, Creality had when you buy four.
Yeah, you get a discount for
pretty
4.
big,
You get a bigger discount for 5, and
yeah. Well, bamboo did it as well, like a 10, but it doesn't matter. They can give 50% off. You can't buy what they don't have, right?
yeah, but you can order it and let them back order it, and they'll ship it to you when they get it.
No, I couldn't even order it. They just said, enter your email address if you want to be notified when it's back in stock. And I did. So, like, I've been printing a lot of blue and orange lately. And
I think I know why.
I needed more orange. And so I went to more orange. They don't have it. So back to Creality. It's working great.
Oh, yeah. Well, it will. Yeah. I had some really dirt cheap off market thing, white filament, and I dried the thing for every time I had one of my dryers on, I'd put it in there just to dry it a little more. And it still doesn't print well. So I actually gave it away today. Guy in the shop, I said, here, take this roll. He's got a Creality printer. I said, take this roll and try and print it. If it doesn't work for you, then throw it in the garbage because I can't make it print.
The only thing I did have is one of my Creality rolls. The first like 5 rolls were jacked up. It kept giving me an error message saying there was too much tension. And I finally like unrolled it, and I saw it was like kind of like pinched on the side. And then after that, it was fine.
Yeah.
But
well, sometimes
a couple times.
Filament rolls get messed up sometimes, but not often.
Yeah.
So Empire says, I've been selling these crystals in internal engraved for about 2 years, but my quality of engraving is still way better than the new users due to it being industrial software. Yeah, I mean, you still get something for your money when you're buying an industrial printer, right? So
yeah.
Or a laser in this case.
But to the point, what you're saying about the software is that it's all about the file itself, right? So you can have the same power of a laser if you're not creating the file well.
Yeah, you have to start from a good clean file. There's no question.
Yeah.
But industrial printers just do things better, right? Like there's a reason you pay, an extra factor of 10 on the price. And lasers, 3D printers, they're all the same. Like you can buy industrial 3D printers too. I mean, it's going to be 3 times the size of your bamboo, and it'll print day and night for 5 years without any kind of maintenance issue. But it's going to cost you, at least $30,000, right?
So we have a whole floor at work. They call it the Thinker Cap. And it's just a bunch of nerds who like invent stuff, right?
Hey, sounds like my kind of people.
And it's crazy. And they invent stuff. That's literally their job. And I went to the area and they had every kind of 3D printer you can imagine. Resin printers. They had a bamboo lab printer. Oh, and they even had the Waze cutter. But they have this 3D printer. I took a picture. I'll have to share it on Facebook. It's like 5 feet tall, but like 4 feet wide.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is like
Delta printer.
It's huge. Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. We get kind of confused as far as these things, right? We think like the printer behind you or the printer I have, we think that's the best 3D printer you can buy. But that's the best one you can buy for that money. But you spend a lot more money, you're going to get a lot better printer. Like, things that take you an hour to print, you can probably print in 15 minutes on an industrial printer, and the quality would be at least as good.
Yeah.
Like lots of things, car parts, right? There's a lot of like all the plastic car part stuff. A lot of that stuff is 3D printed and you can't tell.
Yeah, so I asked them, so how often do you guys get new stuff? They said, when it comes out. I said, well, when this weighs is no longer new, let me know. I
Yeah, they
want
probably
it.
lease it though.
No, they buy it.
They bought it? Well,
Yeah, they write it all off.
oh, well, just tell them that you'll store it in your basement for them in case they ever want it back.
You know, the thing is that I've saw it online, but I've never saw it in person until I saw it at work, and it is really small. That water jet, the Wazer,
Yeah.
it's called.
Yeah.
It is really small. It's cool. Be cool to have at home, but I couldn't see like a CNC type production shop like really using it.
Yeah, see, this is another place where using the right tool, right? If you want to cut a chunk of metal into a particular shape, you could use a CNC, but a water jet is going to cut the thing in a fraction of the time, right? Like these things are incredibly fast.
Right.
I was going to make a comment here because Kevin said his shop was 50 degrees. It's like first thing you got to do in any shop is turn the heat up, not for the laser, for you.
Yeah.
Of course, you could be like Clack and live in Alabama where a cold day is like, it's cloudy, so it's a couple degrees.
If no one ever saw it, Clack has this video where there's Arctic weather with all this snow on his truck. You guys got to check it out.
I saw
it. Clack, you're gonna have to post a link to that video. If anyone wants to see true snow,
I don't think you can post links. They
were blocking it. That's a new thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, people thought we were doing it.
Yeah, there you go. Harold says 91% IPA. I'm getting thirsty.
Modelo time?
Yeah, strong for an IPA. That would be a little strong. There's one back home. There's a local craft beer called the Golden Monkey. It's an IPA. This 10.8. That one's quite stout.
Yeah, oof. That's why I can't drink Canadian beer.
Because it makes you stagger.
Yeah, it's too strong. Yeah. Like, dude, I was just drinking hard liquor. This is supposed to be beer.
Andrew's kind of tied into one of the local breweries. Andrew, you haven't dropped by for a while. You should come and hang out, have a coffee.
So normally around 7 to 8%. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a decent beer. Yeah. Now all the Australians will go, now you got to have 10 or 12.
So use hydrogen peroxide instead leaves no trace for your lens. You can also use acetone, which leaves no trace either.
Yeah, and be careful using acetone if there's a coating.
Yeah, well, you got to make sure you don't get that on the back of the mirror. Like, because the coating, the mirror coating is on the back, right? And it depends on the laser, because I've seen
some of them are front coated.
Yeah, I just wouldn't use acetone, period. It could take off.
Yeah, I would even avoid peroxide, honestly. And acetone definitely is out. Put it in a bag and sniff it. You'd be better off.
I like the fact of using the high alcohol because it dries fast. It doesn't leave any residue behind.
Yeah.
Well, acetone dries quick
too, but
yeah,
acetone is a solvent, so it'll dissolve things.
Yeah. Harold said,
Harold said working in a school is a COVID incubator too. Little booger-nosed buggers. Yeah.
That's when I got sick for that like 3 weeks. Everyone was blaming it on my son. They're like, dude, it's because your kid's in kindergarten. Yeah. Kindergartners are like walking germs, man.
As soon as kids go to school, you're getting everything.
Yeah. Black says never had it.
Yeah, you must have the same gene I have.
Yeah. You're lucky. I said, Clack, that's because you never leave the shack, bro.
He's retired now. He doesn't have to.
Oh, that's a good. I was actually going to ask you this, Steve. Are you sure that wasn't the shingles?
No, I've never had shingles either.
Okay, because I thought when you get them older, it's supposed to be shingles, not chicken pox.
No, it was chicken pox. Right. Definitely chicken pox. I went to the doctor because I had done some blood work, and he called me up, which doctors never call you unless you're dying, right? So he called me up and said, like, you got to come in because you got like no white blood cells. So fine, I go in, and he looks at the chart. He looks at me and he goes, well, that explains the white blood cells. Take these big blue pills and you'll feel better in a week or two. Yeah, it was.
I take those
awful as an
occasionally
adult.
too. They
It
make
was
me
awful.
feel good.
No,
Right.
it didn't really impact me, but it was just terrible.
You said the doctor gave you these big blue pills and said, take them, make you feel better. I
It
said, I
wasn't
take them
those.
occasionally
It
too.
wasn't the little blue pill. It was the big blue pill. It was an antiviral pill.
Hey, in Mexico, you can buy them off the shelf. They're not prescription.
Yeah, you can. You can sildenafil, tadalafil, and one other one too.
Don't ask him how he knows.
Yeah, I'll do a little jab and I'll say, well, I'm in Canada where most drugs are free anyway, so or really cheap.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, our medical system's true. Did you see Russia supposedly came out with the vaccine now to cure cancer? And they're going to give it to all their people? I don't know if it's true, but at least they're saying it.
I don't know. Facebook is not the best place to read news.
Yeah.
There was something recently I read about it, but we'll see.
That's why I said I have no idea if it's true or not, but if that is true, that's insane. Just because I know it'll never
but
be
Russia, I might believe it, but
just the thing is that the one thing I think about cancer is that it should have been cured a long time ago at the level of technology we're at, but it's a multi-trillion-dollar business to
it's a
treat
money
you,
maker.
not cure you. So that's why I think they'd never cure it. Radui said mango jelly solutions for FreeCAD.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of mango jelly, I had that this morning for breakfast on my toast.
Nice one.
Did it make you smarter around FreeCAD?
No, but
Yeah.
it tasted good.
Yeah, mango jelly has some really good tutorials.
Any suggestions, you guys? Need a recommendation for tutorial on Orca. Like I said, give YouTube a search. I'm sure somebody's done something.
Yeah, the usual suspects will have tutorials on it.
Latinx said, hey, what's going on?
Hey, the LTX.
Haven't seen in a while.
Yes, so Fohammer says that Kickstarter project that disappeared, was that the Ultraprint 12K? Unfortunately, it was never real. The unit it sent out was an Elegoo Saturn III. I don't know. I did a bit of tracing on behalf of somebody who got one, having watched a video on my channel. And these guys like completely vanished after the Kickstarter. So
crazy.
If it was an Elegoo Saturn III, I probably wouldn't buy a Saturn III at this point. But I went through it with Honey Badger 3D. Well, it's got Honey Badger right in the name, so they ended up refusing it. Yeah, it's. Kickstarter is buyer beware, right? And they don't make it easy for content providers either. So the Ultraprint one was a hard lesson for me to be extremely careful with anything that's on Kickstarter.
Kevin said HDPE. That's what I was talking about. That's the multicolored plastic. Yeah, so I bought it in 4x8 sheets. I tried buying it from our buddy, but he had a death in the family, and I called 4 or 5 times, and they told me they'd call me back and get shipping, and then I ended up finding Color Course has a local distributor in Illinois, and they shipped it to me for $36 for like 4 or 5 sheets. So how can I go wrong? No, as long as they can.
Of course, now you've got 5 really big cutting boards.
Yeah, well, as long as they could cut it in half, they charge you the same price for the full sheet, but
Yeah.
it made the shipping like $36.
Yeah.
So they're like, I'm like, no, that's fine. Cut it in half. So, you know,
Yeah,
otherwise the shipping is going to be like $300. So,
yeah, it's a pretty decent price actually.
Yeah.
For that, because it's heavy stuff, right?
yes. Yeah. And then they ship it in like this cardboard with those humongous staples. And it's like in cardboard, in a cardboard, in a cardboard. So it's like, it's heavy.
Yeah. And it takes you an hour to unwrap it.
Yeah.
And then you got to figure out what to do with all the cardboard.
Yes. So my wife actually, she called me yesterday while I was at work, just all pissed off. I'm like, what's wrong with you? She's like, you need to get rid of all this cardboard at the front room. I'm like, it's been snowing so bad. You know what I mean? So I finally took off. Yeah, so I took 4 truckloads to the back of our property and throw it on the fire pit. But it was between all this stuff we've been opening, all these boxes lately. ABG Marketing said, I made it here a bit late, but here, better late than never, but late than never. We were actually talking about it earlier in the live, so thank you for joining.
There's all good things, though.
Rick said, have you done anything else with your 3D printer yet since I seen the live stream? Yeah, I did a short live right when I got it set up because I was excited. Ricky and I were just making some stuff. It's been printing nonstop since the live we made that 6.7 because Ricky made that 6.7 comment on our here's some of the chain left over from that 6.7 thing. But he has the extra part upstairs.
Does that glow in the dark?
No, it's pretty crazy. That's the Creality. It's like almost looks like Monster green, right? Like for the Monster Energy drink.
But there's a green filament like that that glows in the dark too.
Yeah, we got it today. We got it ordered last night, and we got the clear one too. So we'll see how well it works. But yeah, so we made a big 6.7 one, and he's the hit of his grade school. I tell you that.
Whoops. Reddy says, asks Harold, where are you getting a mini PC for under 350?
Oh, you get an off-lace one on either eBay or Amazon. Get off-lace. I do that all the time when I just need a little cheap computer.
Yeah,
I got Dell machines on Amazon for $184.
Yeah.
Yep, you can get them. Now, if you're talking mini PC, like those little cubes, like this one, I got one right here. I don't think I can get it over to the camera, but they look like a little Mac Mini. They're pretty cheap. It's the only real Windows machine I have right now. So, other than I have a virtual machine running in my cloud.
But by default, you're a Mac guy, right?
Yeah, but there's a few things that like VCarve or Aspire.
Yeah, that's
runs
why.
only in Windows, right? So I actually run that on my virtual machine, and which runs Windows faster than most people's Windows hardware does. So
yeah, I had the laptop open on my little cheap one, and I just remote accessed and was using it on my Mac.
Yeah, you run the little file transfer thing.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Yeah. Daniel said, I have several gift cards used with Bamboo, but they sold out a lot of stuff right now. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why I was buying all the Creality stuff.
Yeah.
You know, so
it's hard to think that the 3D printer business is dead. I mean, it went through a downturn where there was a whole bunch of consolidation around all these really cheap 3D printers. All the bed slingers kind of got merged together into, but now they're on the next wave, and lasers, particularly diode lasers, are just in that first downturn.
Yeah.
And the next wave will be, there'll be a lot fewer of them, and they'll all be $3,000.
I keep saying,
it'll be really cool.
I keep saying, and I think it's true. At some point in time, 3D printers are going to be like when we were kids, and there was like Xerox machines or photocopy machines were only at people's work. They didn't have those at home, right? I was like, you didn't have a desktop printer, right? It just wasn't a thing, right? I think 3D printers are going to become like a thing. Like everyone just has one.
You got one behind you. They're already like that, right?
Right. No, but not everyone's going to. How much is this? $5,000 for everything?
The Pro is a little more, but
yeah.
I mean, I think the regular H2D is about $3,000 or something.
It's like 5,000 something. Then you got the 2 AMS Pros, 2 HTs, and then you got film.
And that's something I would recommend. Like when I was doing this recommendation for the H2D, I said, get 2 AMSs.
Yeah.
Which I bought the second one by mistake.
Well, here's it.
And turned out to be the best mistake I made because I use it all the time.
Yeah, I got 2 HTCs and 2 AMS Pros.
I'm going to redesign my printer cabinet I built to put 2 so that it's wide enough to put 2 AMSs side by side.
Nice.
Because I got one up and one down, and I'm never sure which one is A and which one's B, and it's just drives me nuts.
That's why I like that picture, because it shows you the A1, A2, A.
I know it shows you, but it's always confusing.
Yeah. So I was getting confused because I had a yellow and a gold, and they almost look the same in the thing. So I intentionally split them up a certain way so I know which one is A and which one is B. I didn't have the. Does that make sense?
Yes. Well, I've been tempted to print some like UV print some really nice labels for it to put on there for A and B. And it's just no. I'll just fix the problem, right? Like a label is just a Band-Aid.
Well, I have it like right above mine is that the dust collector.
Yeah.
So I don't even think I have
dust collector I have actually.
Yeah, so I don't think I have enough room because I'm in my basement, obviously. You have a lot higher singles in your garage, but
yeah,
I just wanted to print the shelves and put them stacked too high next to it. So
yeah,
and I printed the poop shoot, and I got brutally attacked on the Bamboo Labs Facebook group. They were like laughing at me, making fun of me. They're like, "Dude, that's not gonna last. That's gonna fill up so quick." And I said, "Dude, it's been running for 3 days nonstop. Like it's never shut off."
I've emptied I printed a little one. Which one did you print? Yeah, no, well, it's not the same as mine, but it's around the same. I've emptied it, I think, twice since I got my printer, and like you, my printer's running 24/7 since I got it.
Yeah,
mine are bigger than that, but mine are hard to get to.
Yeah.
So, I have more capacity on them, and then I can just look back there, and if it looks like they're getting ready to overflow, I can move things around and get them out, empty them. But I printed some pretty good size ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just has the holes that go boop, click right in the back.
Yep.
I've emptied it just because I wanted to see like what was in there.
Yeah. Well, when you have 2 heads, you don't make nearly as much pollution, right, as with a single head. So.
Yeah, but after I said that, when everyone I kind of let it go because I thought the more people that comment, the more people that look at the posts. And after like 70 people like made fun of me, after 70 made fun of me, I was just like, look.
Do something controversial. Look at my awesome poop shoot. And you get all kinds of negative views, of course.
No, somebody said like, what can I do to stop this? And it was a bunch of those things all over the floor. And all I said was print one of these poop shoots. And they just like had a field day to make fun of me like I was an idiot.
Tell them they're ill-informed.
Because it was too small.
Tell them they're old school. Buy an H2D or an H2C and you won't have that problem.
Yeah. I was like, well. Radu said, yep, orange is gone everywhere. I wonder why.
Wow. I got about 3 rolls of it. Maybe I should put it up on eBay.
That's what I'm telling. Yeah, blue and orange right now, for obvious reasons. They're going like crazy if you watch football. But Creality has them on Amazon, and you get the next day. And we all know Rogers.
Sun loose filament works really well.
Yeah, we all know Rogers a Creality affiliate. So if you need an affiliate link, just give him a call on his personal cell phone, and he'll give it to you. It's
I have no problem with Creality filament. I think their printers are garbage. But
I don't think
filament,
they're
I don't have a
garbage.
problem.
I think their support of their printers is not controlled. The printer itself is reasonably sound.
Tech support is even worse.
So Creality, if you want to give Steve and I a printer to prove Roger wrong, you're more than welcome to.
I already have one, and it works great. This is why they're sold out. Clack has cornered the market on orange filament.
Clack is attempting to trademark Clack Orange.
Oh, here I can associate with this. I have a roll of filament that ranges from 1.6 to 1.73 millimeter. Spent hours working on print quality before I checked the filament diameter. I had this happen when I bought some of the Amazon Basic filament. When it goes undersized a little bit, that's not a big deal. When it goes oversized, you are going to get jams and clogs.
Yeah.
I saw someone, they said they sell their filament was like these crazy colors, but you had to have a 0.8 nozzle. And people were saying like, that's ridiculous.
Well, what difference does a nozzle size make?
Because their filament had 80% water, high water content. So
just dehydrate the thing for a week, and
supposedly you can't. And that's what people are trying to do in using a 0.4 nozzle.
What are they shipping you, like a kilogram of a continuous straw full of water?
I don't know. Like basically people were like leaving them bad reviews on Facebook and just like brutalizing their advertisements on Facebook.
Yeah.
And that's when they're starting.
Again, you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
There's no way I would ever send something to a customer who was printed with a 0.8. That would look like hell.
Yeah. And I think that the one thing you have to be careful on is every time I've seen like roll super cheap, you have to read the description because it wasn't a full roll. I mean, like it was half the size of the roll as the
instead of a kilogram, it's a half kilogram, and
right.
They charge the same price. Yeah, you got to be
right.
careful.
So you think you're getting, because the roll itself is the same size in the picture, like the
well. They're very careful not to give you any scale perspective. It's just a picture of a filament in a white background, right?
Right.
It could be the size of a truck, or it could be if you could fit in the palm of your hand.
Right. So yeah, be careful. White film is often lower quality than other colors.
Yeah, I've had problems with white filament before, but this one was just weird. Like it printed, but it was very stringy, and I dried it. I mean, it was inside my AMS for 2 days, and the humidity in there was 2%. That's like space.
Yeah.
Like there's no way there should have been any moisture in it. It just crap filament.
So I heard Roger's voice in the back of my head as I was printing, because I put a brand new roll of white and I printed something and never printed something before. I'm like, I wonder if that's enough. Well, I got close. Just put it that way. And I was thinking, I kept hearing Roger say, the only reason I have an AMS is because I put all whites or I put all blacks. Why the hell do you have all these different colors, Rick, and you're printing all whites? Why didn't you put another white next to it?
The good news is you can do what Roger does, which is put two rolls in your AMS.
I know, but I didn't.
Tell it where to switch.
Hearing Roger's voice in the back of my head.
Or you can just wait for it to run out, and the printer will send you a message and say, "Hey, I'm out of filament. Put some more in."
Okay, I've never done that. I wasn't sure. So will it just pause?
Yeah. So after I asked Roger about it, I did run out of filament, and it just sent me. Well, it comes to my watch. And it says, I'm out of filament, and I went in and just plopped another roll in, and off it went. And you couldn't tell that it changed filaments.
You couldn't tell at all?
No.
Oh, wow. Cool. I was like, oh, man. But I made it.
Yeah. It's like everything about the I don't know about all bamboo printers, but the H2D, everything about it is just like, this is so much easier than everything else. And I don't have an affiliate with them. Maybe I'll talk to Fohammer and get him to say some good things to them about it.
There you go.
I've been trying to get an affiliate with them for a long time, and no, not interested.
I've now sold a couple of printers for them, and I'm not getting anything for it. So.
I think it's because Steve and I keep telling everyone you're a Creality affiliate, so maybe that's why they won't give you the bamboo deal, Roger.
Yeah, they don't want to ruin your relationship with Creality.
Yeah.
I think I say that often. Maybe I should stop. People start believing me. Clack said I have a 0.23 suppressor that was 3D printed, made by B&T.
No, within Canal.
Inconel, yeah.
So suppressor meaning for a gun?
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, well, in Chicago, they don't print suppressors. They print phantom guns,
They
unfortunately.
just print the whole gun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not worried about you not hearing it.
I had to do one. A friend of mine, his daughter wanted to go out for Halloween as what's her name from Margot Robbie. What movie was that? And I had to print the gun she used, and it was just like I was waiting for like the cops to knock on my door and say, "Hey, you're printing ghost guns?" No, I'm just printing a Halloween gift.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wazer's footprint is a little small. I mean, it's probably good for me.
The-
I don't cut anything very big, but
The concept, the things that it could do is just amazing. But exactly what you just said, like in the grand scheme of things, a large scale business is not going to use it. But like
we're
small scale things you could do would be pretty cool.
we're over time here, so
Oh, I'll tell you, it won't by fast. We're 5
Yeah.
minutes over, everyone.
so if you asked a question we haven't covered here yet, ask it again next week.
Yeah. Wow. We
Yeah.
had a lot of questions left.
Yeah, there's still a lot left in the queue here.
Yeah. Well, thank you for joining the live. Today went by extremely fast. We'll see you next week. Roger, Steve, anything you want to say in the closeout?
As always,
Well, I'll be back in the cold and snow next week, so
we,
see you
we
next
may,
Wednesday.
we may lose you in a snowbank somewhere.
oh, could be.
I still
Everybody-
I don't think we'll have snow next week.
Everybody have a good one.
Yeah, take
All right,
care,
guys.
everyone. Ask questions if you got them.
Join the Facebook group. See you guys
Yep.
next week.
Take care, man.